guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today's the day where we ask ourselves, whatever happened to that palette Wednesday, where we pull out a palette that we haven't used in a while, and we do a look with it. So I am going to choose today for my palette, the Natasha Denona Lila palette. This is what it looks like on the outside. It's like a pleather, and then it's like a metallic purple pleather. And then this is what she looks like inside. So when I first got this palette, which was for Christmas from one of my friends, I used it all the time. And then I kind of forgot about it, to be honest with you. I love it. I love the shades in it. They're totally right up my alley. But always on to the next best thing, I guess. I kind of forgot about it. So I wanted to pull it out today, and I wanted to do a look for you guys with it. So if you have a palette that you haven't used in a while, then go ahead and pull it out and do it along with me. But you don't have to have, obviously, this palette specifically. It could be any palette with the same shades, or it could be totally different shades, whatever you guys want. Just so you know, I am going to put a card right up here, and it's going to have a poll on what you want the next whatever happened to that palette Wednesday palette to be. So I'm going to start doing that every week, where I give you guys a choice of 3 palettes. And you guys, you know, whichever one gets the highest number of votes will be the one that I use the next time. So go ahead and take that poll if you will, and let's get started. So I've already done my eyebrows. I usually use some kind of like reddish lip pencil. It's no different. Today I used the MAC Half Red Lip Pencil. The only thing I've put on my face so far is my Glam Glow Glow Starter Moisturizer. And I am going to go in today with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is like a tiny, cute little miniature one that I got as like a, I don't know if it was a 100-point perk, or if it was like one of those promo codes on Sephora.com, but I know I got it with a Sephora order. Please excuse my nails. I need to get them done, or I need to at least paint them myself. So I'm just going to put that in my T-zone and kind of spread it out a little bit. Alright. I'm only going to put a little bit. It does smell really good. I'm trying to test this out to see if it's a primer that I feel like I need to buy the whole thing. Because I don't use primer every day, so I don't know if I need an expensive primer in my life. But if it does miracles, I feel like it really does actually smooth out your skin. Like, it makes your pores kind of vanish. So, I like Tatcha products a lot. I have a lot of her skincare products. So it is something that I would consider getting. And I think it's so cute that you get a little disc to like scoop it out when you get the full size one. I almost want to buy it just for that stupid disc. So I am just smoothing out that primer. I'm going to use tape. I don't know if I'm actually going to, I don't know what eye shape I'm going to do today, but we'll see. I just like to put tape just to keep me in check, just in case. And I have no idea what colors in this palette I want to use. Most people would probably expect me to go for like the bright purple and the magentas, and I might. I haven't decided yet, but let's see. First I'm going to go in with this shade. Hold on. I have this, you know, with a palette this expensive, you would think the shade names would be on the palette, but they're not. It comes with this stupid plastic thing. So I'm going to go in with Jeannot, and that is this light shade right up here, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone first. So I'm going to go in with this little domed brush here. It's just like a random domed brush. I'm going to put that on my brow bone. It's like a shimmery, almost like a lilac color. It's very pretty. All of the colors in this palette, well, not all of them, but most of them, it's a purple themed palette. And Lila actually means purple in German. So that's pretty cool. I feel like I've said that before. think in one of my tutorials I was going to use this palette, but then I didn't. So I'm just putting that right underneath the brows. Kind of set the primer right underneath there. It's almost like my skin tone, but with like a little bit of shimmer. It's like a pinky lilac. Okay. And then I'm going to take this brush. This is the Morphe M504. It's like a very large blending brush. And I'm going to go into the shade Per Se, which is like a grayish lilac shade. And I'm just going to run that through the crease. I think I have a dog hair on my face that I can't see or can't get. Thank you guys so much for such a positive response on yesterday's video. There were only a few negative comments, which I deleted and then blocked people, but it was literally only like one or two, which I was thankful for. So I have been binge watching a few people recently, but I was binge watching, one of the people I was binge watching, the one I want to talk about at the moment, is Sarah Smiles Loves Makeup, who I did a collab with. Goodness, she's so talented. She is so freaking talented, and she's such a genuine person. It's amazing. Like, she is such a sweet person. And she's so genuine and down to earth. And that is hard to find in this world, period. Let alone on the internet. But she is just so freaking sweet. And she's so talented. When I watch her tutorials, like, I can't stop looking at her makeup. And the way that she blends it and the way that she applies it, and it just, the color combinations that she selected. There was this one look that she did with, she used like the Blood Sugar palette and the eyeshadow Solstice from Urban Decay. I want to recreate that look. Maybe I'll do a recreation of one of her looks, because let me tell you, gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, now I'm going to go in with this one. I'm going to go in with Nude Vino. So this palette does have a lot of neutral shades. I'm going to go with this brown here. But it also has a lot of, bright colors as well. I'm just going to put that in the outer V and kind of deepen it up. And once I don't have as much product on the brush, I'm going to go in through the crease. So, yesterday I was pulling out of a parking spot in a parking garage. And I was backing out. And I was driving my parents' car. One of my cars was in the shop for getting emissions inspection and all that stuff. And when I pulled out, I didn't realize that I hadn't pulled out far enough, and I hit the support beam in the parking garage and completely scraped the front bumper and like the side, and oh my gosh. And here's me, I'm in the car, I'm like, please don't let that be so bad, please don't let that be so bad. When I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. It was worse than I expected it to be. It was like the car just crumpled. It was weird, but yeah, so That was not a fun phone call. My mom wasn't mad at me. She was obviously not happy that her car is damaged, but she knew that I didn't do it on purpose, so. Thanks, Mom. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Almost dug my brush into it. And it is called Amara. So, and what's funny is I used to be, like, really bad, I feel like, about, actually, I'm going to take a smaller brush for that one. I used to be really bad about hitting, like, park things. Not something I'm proud of. Okay, this is the Morphe F17. It's like a smaller taper blending brush. And I'm going to put that in the crease as well. And yeah, so I used to, like, I remember one time I backed into a fire hydrant. Another time I backed into my neighbor's car. But this was all like a long time ago. And then I guess I got better at not doing that. And then I don't know if it was because I just wasn't used to the car. But I feel really bad. So I'm just, again, putting that in the outer V. And then bringing it into the crease when there's less product on the brush. These are all really pretty shades. Very neutral. I know. What has happened to me? Sarah Smiles Loves Makeup has happened to me, I'm telling you. I was watching her do her tutorial with the neutral side of the Mani palette, and I was like, oh gosh, that's so beautiful. Now, I promise this will not become a completely neutral channel, but I want to do some more neutral looks. I'm more open to it, I think. Neutral glam. Okay. I don't know why I always do that. I always look at the camera and I'm like, okay. So today is the 4th of July, and it is hot as hot gets outside. It's awful. Let's see, what do I want to do now? I've never used that shade. Huh. Okay, I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade called Purpure. Purpure? Yeah, Purpure. Purpure. I'm going to first put a little bit of the NYX glitter primer. Is that what it's called? Yeah, glitter primer on my lids. You guys know that if I'm working with like a shimmer, I like to give it a little help. Just feel like it really, really enhances. God, what did I get on my hand? Oh, I got that like yellowy golden eyeshadow. I dug into it with my nail. Yay. Okay, so the Pure color is this one right here. It's like a, almost like a duochrome-ish, but it's like a wine color with like shimmer. It's very pretty. I'm just going to put that right here. Oh, that's so pretty. See, this is why I love this series, because it really makes me go into my makeup collection, because I am a makeup collector. I don't usually buy anything that I don't know 100% like for sure that I want. And then, isn't that pretty? It makes me go in and use something that I haven't used in a while, because I try to rotate my makeup so that everything gets a fair shake. But then sometimes I'll get something like the Mani palette, and I'll just get stuck on it. Like I want to use it all the time. Okay, now next to that, I'm going to put on this other shade. It's a really cool duochrome shade. It's called Dragon Bite. I think that's a really good name for it. It's the shade right here, and it's like green, but when you like shift it, it kind of turns to red. So I'm going to put that same brush. Did I even tell you what this is? This is the M506 from Morphe. And I'm going to put that right next to the Pure shade. Maybe I'll go all the way into the inner corner. Yeah. It's a little lackluster. I thought it might be like Solstice or like the one from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, but it's not. Okay, I'm going to go in with something over top of that. I'm going to go in with Magnolia, which is this really pretty, like, bright golden shimmery one, and see what that does. It's pretty. Let me spray my brush and see if that does anything. These sleeves, man, they get caught on everything. This is just my Rimmel Stay Matte setting spray. Ooh, I got the brush wet. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Yeah, I guess that sort of intensified it. I don't feel like it intensified it as much as most eyeshadows would get intensified from wetting the brush, but that's okay. We're going to put something over top of it anyway in the inner corner. Like a totally different kind of product. Okay. Alright, let me color switch it, and then I'm going to go back in with that Pure shade. Pure. Just sounds weird. Okay, go back in with that. And then I'm going to deepen up the outer crease again just a little bit more. I wish this eyeshadow palette had a black, but it does not. I mean, it has like a dark purple, but it's not a matte. So, I'll see how it works. Go back with the E17, and I'm going to go into, what shade is this? This is irritating that they do it like this. Lila, which is like this really dark, almost blackish purple right here. It's not a matte shade, but it's not like a full-on frost, so maybe it'll work to deepen it up. Yeah, seems to be working. Okay. Not bad. Not great. And I know that these palettes are a larger price point all at once to buy. So, yeah. But I also know that if you were to buy the eyeshadows individually, they're about $8 a piece, which is less than MAC eyeshadows for one. This is an interesting look, guys. Maybe I should have gone in with the shades I normally use. No, I am glad that I tried something different because now I know what the other shades look like. It's just a very interesting look, but I kind of like it. Okay, and we are going to be putting one of the Milani hypnotic lights over top of it. So I think I'm done with the upper. I'm going to remove the fallout, and then we'll do our face. I'm going to wipe off too much of my primer. Okay, I'm going to do my foundation off camera. I'm going to be using a combination of the YSL Touche Eclait and the L'Oreal Total Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. I want to see how these two perform together, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So this is what the two foundations look like together without anything else on top of it. I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind in the shade Brightener. And I think I like this combination. I'm just like, I have to put that in my memory bank. I don't know why I just said that. This is a brush that I got on Amazon. It's like a dupe, quote unquote, for those artiste brushes, the oval brushes. I personally don't think I'll ever purchase the artiste brushes because they are so expensive. And I love this one. I love my rainbow set that I got. I got one, another set on Amazon that has like a rainbow handle. Same thing. Pink bristles. I just can't imagine the oval brushes being much better than those, and they're like a fraction of the cost. So, alright, so I'm going to go in with my, what am I going to go in with? Oh, right. I'm going to use a different powder. Okay, so I found this in one of my drawers. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre. It was a limited edition packaging, and it's kind of like a finishing powder, but it has color correcting capabilities because the powder, like, one is pink, one is I'm like holding it over here, one is pink, one is purple, one is green, one is blue. I don't know, it just has different shades, and so it's kind of like supposed to be almost like a color correcting but finishing powder. It does have a strong scent. I have two. I have this one, and then I have the other limited edition, like, cherry blossom packaging that I had to have. I don't know why, because I don't remember to use them that much. But I've started using them again, and I do really like them. I know that initially it gives kind of like a gray cast. That will go away, though. That's the color correcting. And it comes in different shades. So you can get it in like a rosy shade or like a skin tone shade. But I thought it would be cool to get the color correcting shade. I'm going to use just a big powder brush. I'll use the Juvia's Place one to just kind of swirl that around and knock off any excess. Yeah, very overpriced though, in my opinion. I mean, they're not bad, they're just expensive. So I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula in the shade Bronzer. And I'm just going to use the same powder brush. I'm just warming up my face, I'm not contouring. So I think tonight we're just going to have burgers. I don't know. We don't eat burgers a whole lot at all. So but we might cook out since it's the 4th of July. And then I'll probably watch the Capitol Lawn, like, concert performance thingy because my parents will be there. Just put a tiny bit there. Okay. Now I'm going to spray my face with my rose water toner. I do like that powder. It works really well. It keeps you matte all day, but I don't think it's worth the price. I don't think it's worth the price. But I have it, so I'll use it. And when I do my whatever... Did you see that? Whew. Oh gosh, I just almost knocked over. Anyhow, I just closed the lid, and apparently I didn't get everything out of the lid, so that was what was left in the lid. I'm going to use my Anastasia A23 highlighter brush. And I'm going to go into the Nikkie, the Ofra Nikkie Tutorials highlighter. And I'm going to use the two lighter shades. When I do these videos, that's what I was starting to say, before the puff of smoke came up, or powder. When I do these looks, I try to pull out a lot of other products that I haven't used in a while. Oh, that's intense. Because, you know, I have other, wow, I have to stop doing that to my forehead. Okay. Because I feel like, you know, it'll get me to use other products besides just palettes I haven't used in a while. And so for some reason, the Ofra highlighters are one thing that I tend to forget about that I have. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of pull out this one because, of course, when I saw that Nikkie was doing a collab with Ofra, I had to get it right away. I'm going into my little butter bronzer palette, and I'm just going to use the blush that's in there. It's called Blush in Vintage Rogue. I don't even understand. It's an interesting name. So I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Pro. I just learned that this has a number. It's a P72 brush. And then the next video that you guys will probably see after this one will be my Thirsty Palette tutorial or review. I'm doing it in two separate, like I'm showing you guys what I got, and then I'm also, I guess, hauling the collection / first impressions, maybe, and then I'm doing a tutorial with it as well. Okay. And I'm going to take the Milani. This is the Hypnotic Lights. These are my favorites in the whole wide world. This is Starlight. I got all that powder on my shirt. And dare I say these are better than the Stila ones? I don't know. I feel like maybe they are. Okay. That's interesting, though. So, okay. So for this, I'm going to take it on my finger. And I'm just going to pat it on because for some reason, this is the only eyeshadow it's ever done this with. But for some reason, when I tried putting it... Let me try again. For some reason, when I just tried putting it over top of the eyeshadow, it was like it was starting to lift the eyeshadow. See how it changed the tone? This one's more pink and this one's less pink. Yeah, it like started to change. I mean, it started to lift the eyeshadow. Okay, there we go. Now it's working better. It's never done that with any other eyeshadow, so I don't know. These eyeshadows are interesting. I also don't feel like it shows up as much over top of these. This is weird. Even over like a drugstore eyeshadow, it's shown up like blindingly amazing. You guys have seen it over top of other. It doesn't look bad, it just doesn't. It's just not performing the way that it normally does. on top of these particular eyeshadows. Natasha, did you formulate this to only go over top of... She has that one product that's sort of like a eye topper. I'm like, did she make it so that those are the only things that go over top of these? Just kidding. Totally kidding. Just going to feather that in so there's no harsh line. I mean, now it looks pretty, but that was a little bit more work than... Normally I just slap them on and go. It literally had started picking up the eyeshadow. It was the most bizarre thing. Okay, so liner. What should I use for liner? I should not drop my brushes. That's what I should do. Let's see. I think I want to use... Oh, didn't I have... There it is. Hiding. Sneaky little liner. My favorite. The Luminous Smoldering Eyeliner from L'Oreal. It's my favorite. I feel like this is one of the only eyeliners that actually stays in the waterline for me. Okay. Whoa. Focus on me, please. Thank you. That was like... Okay. And now we're going to take this tiny brush from Morphe. It's so cute. It is the E36. This is teeny tiny smudge brush. And I'm going to go into... I'm trying to think if I should add some color. I'm going to go into this magenta shade. And let's see what it's called. Viola. Viola or Voila? Not sure. This one right here. And I'm just gonna smudge that along that liner on the lower lash line. And I'm really gonna pack it on. Ooh. Almost, guys. Almost lost that brush. Okay. I like it. I think it like kind of balances it out. I don't know. Like it brought a little punch of color into an otherwise pretty neutral look. Where did my mascara go? It was here. What did I do with it? It ran away. Okay, well, we'll use the Better Than Sex mascara instead. Use this one. I wonder if they still sell the mini size of this, because I feel like the mini size works better. It doesn't get clumpy as quickly, and I feel like the formula is slightly different. I'll have to check it out. Let me know what you guys are up to tonight. Are you doing anything? Or are you just staying in because it's hot where you are? Or for me, it's really just not worth it, I don't think, to go anywhere today. And after the whole car thing yesterday, I'm just like, ugh. First there was the air conditioner, then there was the flooding in the bathroom, then there was smashing the car, so I'm like, I'm done. I need a break. So I'm going to remove the foundation from my lips, per usual. And I'm going to go in with my favorite lip liner, which is Sebastian by OCC Cosmetics. Oh. Speaking of cosmetics, I don't know if you guys need anything, but the Jeffree Star website is having a huge sale. Not on the Thirsty collection, but everything else, including the Equality bundle, which I just bought. So, like, the Equality bundle was 52 something, and now it's like 30 something. So if you are in the market for something Jeffree Star and you don't want to pay full price, then I would suggest checking it out. And I'm going to go in with, just speaking of Jeffree Star, I'm going to go in with Christmas Cookie over top. And you don't have to use a lip liner with his things, but sometimes I like to. Okay. What is that? I really like Christmas Cookie. I think it's my favorite nude. I'm glad he made it permanent. Although, somebody was using Hunty. Who was that? I don't remember. Somebody I was watching was using Hunty. And I was like, man, I wish I would have bought that color, but they don't have it anymore that I can see. Maybe they have it on another website. Sometimes I notice that Morphe or Beautylish will have some of his products that he no longer has on his website on their website. So, I don't know. I don't even know why I wore my hair down today, because it's just going to go as soon as I go outside, if I go outside. Well, I'll be going outside to walk my dogs, but alright, so this is the final makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I decided to do something a little bit more blended and a little bit more on the neutral side. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to take the poll. It'll be, I think, somewhere up here. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below anything you want to see on my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July if you celebrate. And either way, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.